Hey guys, welcome back to another video. At the time of recording this, I might be a little bit quiet. It is like very early in the morning and I don't want to wake everybody up. But we are finally here with our League 2 table prediction. I also didn't realise I could just press a button to go full screen. The more you know, eh? Now we can see the full table and every game as we predict them. Let's get into it. I don't know too much about League 2, so I'm just going to go based on what I think is going to happen. I'm going to do it a little bit differently to how I did with Premier League, Championship and League 1. Similar to how I did with Scottish League, was it? Or, no, it might have been Bundesliga. I don't think I've released Bundesliga yet. Anyway, I'm going to be a bit more decisive with how I predict the results, instead of just going with the first result that comes to mind, like going 1-0, 2-1, 1-1, 1-1, 2-1, 2-0. Instead of doing it the way we've been doing it in previous videos, I'm just going to I'm going to have a bit more of a thought process into how results are going to go. So without further ado, let's get into it. And we start with Saturday the 7th of August, which is actually next Saturday. The current time of recording this is the 2nd of August. It's 1:15 AM, so it's a Monday morning. This Saturday we start the new league and we have Cardiff versus Carlisle at 3 o'clock. So we're going to go a 1-2, followed by a 2-0 Exeter, 2-2, 2-1, 1-1, 1-0, 0-3, 1-2, 1-0, 1-1, 2-1 and 1-0. Now, a few things I can tell you for certain about League 2. Our Swindon have been in a little bit of trouble since being relegated. I've been informed that they've been through a little bit of a rough time, and things are now looking up for them, but it doesn't look likely like they're going to be challenging for playoffs from what we can see. Maybe a mid-table side, maybe a lower-end table. I know Colchester did pretty poorly last season. Forest Green and Newport seem to be two teams that sort of knock on the door every season of promotion. We don't quite get it. Scunthorpe don't seem too great. Port Vale don't seem too great. But you just had relegated teams like Rochdale, Bristol Roberts, Northampton. Swindon will be challenging. Sutton with their first time in the Football League, I believe. And also a promotion for Hartlepool. First time back in the league in about 4 years or something. Let's see how they're treated in League 2. Into game number 2. We have the following Saturday. We have and we have a game that's been rearranged for 2022. So just to make this like the way it should be, any games that are rearranged we'll do for the time they're rearranged. So that's game number 2. So that'll be played around here, look, around this time, 19th of the 2nd in game 33. Yeah, in fact we're going to have to play it here because the other fixture hasn't been rearranged. Look, in game 33, Newport still playing Mansfield, and I can't remember who they're supposed to face in this weekend. Oh yeah, Mansfield. Wait, I don't know. So what's this about? Maybe it's just a glitch or something. Because apparently they play on the same day, but at both grounds. Maybe it's just a glitch or something. Anyway, we'll go with it like it's treated us this weekend. So we're gonna go 1-0 to Barrow, 2-1, 1-1, 1-3, 0-2, 2-2, 1-1, 1-0, 1-0. In fact, I'm gonna make that 2-0 to Rochdale. 2-2, 1-2, and a 0-0. So, current results have Crawley sitting bottom and Swindon second bottom, both on 0 points, with Port Vale being the only team to pick up 2 successive victories. Meaning that they sit top of the league unbeaten, and without a draw, the only teams who have got a 100% winning start. Other relegated teams like Rochdale, Northampton are all up there into game number 3. And the first Tuesday night match, we have Barrow versus Exeter. We're going to go 1-2, 3-0, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 4-2, 1-1, 1-0, 0-0 and 0-1, which means that Crawley and Swindon still remain in bottom, both without a win. How many goals has Swindon scored? They scored 1. Oof. Oh no, sorry, Crawley scored 1. That was their first goal just then against Salford. Pardon me. Into game number 4, still in August. We are on the 21st, another Saturday. We have Carlisle versus Leyton Orient. We're going to go 2-2, then 1-0, then 1-1, then 1-0, then 1-1, 1-2, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 3-2, 2-2, and 0-2. Which means after 4 fixtures we have new leaders in Exeter City on 10 points, followed by Salford and Port Vale both on 8, Newport, Bristol Rovers, Walsall, Rochdale, Forest Green all on 7, Leyton Orient, Bradford, Northampton, Tranmere on 6, all separated by goal difference, Carlisle, Barrow, Colchester and Mansfield all on 5, Oldham Athletic, Hartlepool United and Scunthorpe United all on 4, Sutton and Stevenage both on 3, and Swindon and Crawley still on 0 apiece. Into game number 5 of the last weekend of August. Last game of August, we have 1-2, 2-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-1, 1-2, 0-1, 3-1, 1-1, 1-0, 0-0 and 2-1. So Swindon picking up their first victory. Crawley also picking up a point in that fixture at home to Northampton. Exeter could only draw away to Harrogate, but it does keep them top of the league by a single point. As we move into September on the 4th, the following Saturday, we go 1-1, 2-1, 1-1, 1-0, 0-0, 1-2, 3-0, 2-1, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, and 2-2. So Crawley, Stevenage and Sutton all yet to win a game, while Swindon are yet to draw a game, but back-to-back victories sees them move up to 19th. Exeter City and Salford both yet to lose a game, both sitting in the top 7, so both in playoffs. I know this one isn't marked out like the other ones, so you know, with the green for promotion and playoffs, the blue for relegation. It's still just white. I'm not really sure why that is, but yeah, it's your top 7 that go through. Well, technically your top 3 go straight up, your 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th go to playoffs, and your bottom 2, 23rd and 24th are relegated, for anyone that doesn't know the format of League 2. Into game number 7, the following Saturday, we have a 1-2, 2-2, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-1, 1-0, 0-0, and 3-1. So a third successive victory for Swindon sees them up to 14th on 11 goals scored and 11 goals conceded. It's a joint most scored in the league with a fair few teams, and the joint least conceded with Stevenage. Oh no, it's the joint second least conceded, sorry. Crawley have conceded 12. Pardon me. Into game number 8. On the 18th of September, we are going to start with a 4-1 victory to Bradford. A 1-1, 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 1-2, 1-1, 1-0, 0-0, 1-0, 1-2, and 2-1. Seeing Forest Green move into the top 3, joint on points with both Rochdale and Bristol Rovers. Newport, Exeter, Bradford, Walsall taking up the other 3 places. 4 places even. Crawley and Stevenage still bottom 2. Crawley and Stevenage and Sutton all still yet to win a game. 5 draws in their opening 8 fixtures for Sutton. Isn't a bad start, to be fair. It's not the most negative. Into the following weekend we have 1-0. Is this the following weekend? It is the following weekend. 1-1, 1-2, 2-0, 0-0, 0-1, 3-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2. So Colchester picking up yet another victory. Much better than last season, moving into 5th position in the league as it stands, with Rochdale, Bristol Rovers and Forest Green, two of the relegated teams from last season's League One. Really challenging for the top 3 spots here. Crawley picking up a 3rd point with a 3rd draw in their opening 9 fixtures. And 6 draws to 3 defeats to Sutton, literally the other way around to Crawley, which is 3 draws to 6 defeats, 6 draws to 3 defeats. Still the only 2 teams yet to win a game, along with Stevenage, 3 teams yet to win a game. Nobody yet to draw and nobody yet to lose. As we move into game 10, we get a 2-1 Bradford, 1-0, 0-0, 1-2, 3-1, 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 4-0, 0-0, 1-2 and 0-1. Seeing Crawley Town get their first victory of the season and moving out of the relegation zone as the 2 promoted teams, Sutton and Hartlepool, both drop into the relegation zones. Sutton now the only team without a winner. Stevenage do pick up a 1-0 victory at home to Hartlepool. Swindon in 15th, so around mid-table as would have been predicted. Barrow, who got promoted the season before last, in 17th. Possibly a good season for them so far. Bristol Rovers looking to climb straight back to the League One. On 23 points with Exeter, Forest Green, Rochdale all within a close vicinity. On to game number 11. That was the first game in October, by the way. So game number 11 is the following weekend, and we're going to go 1-1, 2-0, 2-1, 1-1, 1-2, 0-2, 1-1, 1-0, 3-2, 2-0, 1-1 and 1-0. Sees Tranmere beating Colchester as Tranmere move up to 16th, but Bristol Rovers remain in top of the league now, 3 points ahead of the following pack, which is Rochdale in 2nd and Newport now in 3rd. As we move into game number 12 on the 16th of October, another Saturday, have 1-1, 1-0, 2-2, 1-2, 2-0, 2-3, 2-1, 1-0, 1-0, 1-1, 2-1 and 1-0. Pardon me. Bristol Rovers with a 1-1 draw away to Bradford, remaining 3 points ahead at the top of the table. At the foot of the table, Crawley dropping back to the bottom of the league after a 2-1 defeat at home to Sutton United, who pick up their first win of the season. We move into game number 13 on the Tuesday night. I think it's some of the second Tuesday night match we've had so far. We're going to have 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 2-2, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 0-0, 0-1, 2-1, 1-0 and 1-1. We'll see Bristol Rovers 5 points clear of 2nd place Exeter, with Rochdale in 3rd and Salford in 4th, meaning Bristol Rovers are 8 points clear of 4th place, 8 points ahead of the playoffs, so they're in a comfortable position after 13 fixtures. Crawley down to bottom of the league still, Hartlepool also in relegation. We move into game number 14. Back on the Saturday, we have a 2-1, a 1-0, 3-0, my bad, 0-0, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-1, 2-0, 0-0, 1-3 and a 2-1. Sees last season's relegated Northampton struggling in 12th place on 18 points, but they're only 4 points off of the playoff spots. So we're not far behind, we're just having a pretty mediocre season. Hartlepool picking up a victory at home to Harrogate Town puts them into 22nd as it drops Sutton United, who lost away to Rochdale, into the relegation zone. Crawley with yet another defeat, dropping more points, away to Scunthorpe, means that they are sitting bottom of the table, foot of the table. Into the following weekend, 30th, the day before Halloween. Last fixture of October, we have 1-1, 2-0, 0-0, 1-2, 1-4, 2-1. We're going to make that 2-4, Harrogate. 2-2, 2-0, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, and 3-0 to Sutton against Walsall. So Sutton picking up their second victory of the season, meaning only one team has a one victory, which is Crawley Town, and only one team with just one defeat, which is Bristol Rovers, who are still 5 points clear of Exeter, but are now 10 points ahead of the chasing pack from the playoffs. And 8th place are now 14 points behind Bristol Rovers, so Bristol Rovers are looking good for the top 7. As we move into 2 weeks later, because this would be the FA Cup first round in between these fixtures, we have Bristol Rovers against Northampton. We're going to go 2-1, and 1-1, 1-0, 0-0, 0-2, 1-2, 3-1, 1-1, 1-0, 1-1, ooh, sugar, 2-1 and 1-0. Which sees Sutton back down into the relegation zone, and Crawley Town now really struggling, 6 points adrift of safety. Bristol Rovers flying at the top with a 2-1 victory at home to Northampton. Into game 17 the following Saturday. 1-3, 0-0, 0-1, 2-1, 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 1-2, 0-2, 2-1, 1-1 and 3-0, which now sees the top 3 is as follows. After 17 fixtures, we have Bristol Rovers on 39, Exeter 37 and Rochdale on 31. Bristol Rovers losing 1-0 at home to Tranmere Rovers. Barrow's 3-1 defeat at home to Crawley means Crawley do move a little bit closer to the pack above them, but they are still 6 points adrift after Sutton win 2-0 away to Leyton Orient, who are currently in playoffs. Into game number 18. Again on a Tuesday night. We have 2-0, 2-1, 1-1, 1-0, 0-0, 0-3, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-1, 1-0, and 1-2. Which puts Bradford into the top 3. Exeter and Bristol Rovers both losing in their respective games. Rochdale also losing, all the top 3 in that game lost. Crawley picking up a point, I think, against Newport, yeah. Hartlepool lose again away to Swindon. 6 points still between 22nd and last, as Hartlepool are now 4 points behind Port Vale, who lose 3-0 at home to Walsall. Into game 19. Last fixture of November, I believe, yeah. 1-2, 1-1, 1-0, 0-0, 2-0, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 3-0, and 1-2. Stevenage in good form at the minute. In the last 4 games unbeaten, but also winning the last 3. As Stevenage move up to 14th, meaning they were only on 16 points before, but now on 25. Bristol Rovers remain top despite a 0-0 draw away to Forest Green. Exeter losing yet again, this time away to chasers Rochdale, who move up to 34. Bradford losing away to Scunthorpe, means Scunthorpe move up to 9th. Hartlepool winning away to Port Vale, meaning Port Vale are ever closer to the relegation zone as we move into game 20. Again on a Tuesday night, this is following the second round of the FA Cup, I believe. We have 1-1, 1-0, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 3-1, 1-0, 1-1, 1-1, 1-0, 1-0 and 1-2. Meaning only one away team won in that fixture, and that was Tranmere at Oldham. So Oldham down to 19th, really struggling. I remember when they were a mid-table to top-table League One side. That wasn't too long ago, it was only around 10 years ago or so, a little bit less, about 7 or 8 years maybe. As Bristol Rovers up to 43 points. Crawley still bottom. Port Vale into the relegation zone after Hartlepool pick up points at home to Rochdale, and Port Vale lose away to Bristol Rovers. Into game 21, 1-2, 5-0, 1-1, 1-0, 1-2, 2-2, 0-2, 2-1, 1-0, 1-0, 3-0 and 1-1. Which now sees Bristol Rovers drawing at home to Rochdale, and Exeter winning at home to Tranmere. So Exeter now a point off of the top of the table. Sutton dropping behind Hartlepool, as do Barrow after Hartlepool beat Scunthorpe by 2-1. Crawley remaining bottom, and Port Vale still second bottom as we move into game 22. In December we have 1-2, 0-2, 2-1, 1-0, 3-0, 1-1, 2-1, 1-0, 1-1, 1-0, 0-2 and 1-2. So Bristol Rovers remaining a point clear of Exeter after both teams drawing away from home. Bradford's 2-1 victory at Carlisle takes them within 5 points of top of the table. Rochdale beating Newport to move further away from 5th and 6th as they move up to 39 points. So it's more of a 4-team race at this point for the top 3 spaces. Crawley and Port Vale adrift at the bottom, with Barrow, Sutton, Oldham not too far ahead as we move into the final game of the first half of the season on Boxing Day. As we start with Bradford at home to Harrogate will be 3-2 and 2-1, 1-1, 1-0, 0-2, 1-2, 1-0, 1-0, 3-1, 1-0, 0-0 and 2-0. So that sees Barrow dropping into 23rd and Port Vale dropping to the bottom of the league after a goalless draw at home to Salford. Crawley off at the bottom as they win 2-1 away to Stevenage up to 22nd. Sutton getting a 2-1 defeat away to Bristol Rovers but remain 21st as Hartlepool also lose away to Mansfield remaining 20th. And Harrogate losing away to Bradford remain 19th. Your top 7 are Bristol Rovers, who won 2-1 at home to Sutton, who are 4 points clear of losers today. Exeter City at home to Swindon, they lost 2-0. Bradford City won against Harrogate, they moved to 43 points, only a point behind second. Another draw for Rochdale means that they drop to 3 points behind the top 3 on 40 points. Newport are on 37 after a 1-0 victory at home to Forest Green. Northampton also winning today at home to Walsall are up to 35 in 6th, and Swindon's 2-0 victory away to Exeter takes them up to 7th, also on 35. Midway through the season, into the second half. On the following midweek match we play on the 29th. We start with Barrow against Oldham. We're going to go 1-0 and 1-1, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-1, 1-0, 3-0, 0-0, 1-2, 1-1 and 1-0. Which means Bristol Rovers remain top of the league. Bradford up to second as Exeter losing away to Forest Green drops them to just a point above 4th place Rochdale. Port Vale still bottom and Crawley back into the relegation zone as Sutton draw at home to Colchester to lift themselves out of it. Or was that Barrow? It's Barrow, isn't it? Barrow's 1-0 victory at home to Oldham lifts them out of it, sorry. On to New Year's Day, game 25, Barrow versus Bradford. We have a 1-0, a 0-0, 2-0, 2-1, 1-0, 1-1, 1-3, 2-0, 0-0, 1-2, 1-1 and 1-0. Meaning another victory for Swindon. They're looking like turning the season around at this point after a really poor start. First 5 or 6 games not getting a single point on the board, now on 41 in 5th. And only 5 points behind the top 3, as Bristol Rovers are now quite a bit clear of Bradford and Rochdale. Exeter drop into 4th, as we have Port Vale bottom 4 points off of safety, and Crawley on 23 in 23rd into game 26 on the following weekend, which is also subject to be changed because of the FA Cup, I believe. Anyway, we start with a 2-2 and a 2-0. 1-2, bit of a derby match I think, Carlisle Hartlepool, could be wrong. 0-3, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 2-0, 4-2, 2-2, 1-0 and 0-1. Good result for Port Vale and Scunthorpe, both moving ever closer to their goals for the season, as Bristol Rovers win yet again, Bradford dropping points as they drop to 4th, Rochdale up to 2nd and Exeter in 3rd. Game 27 on the 15th of January, we'll see Bradford kick off against Salford in a 3-1 home victory, and a 1-0 for Bristol Rovers, a 0-0, a 0-0, a 2-0, a 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 3-0, 1-1, 2-3 and a 0-2. Now, one thing I know about recent years in League 2 is it's usually pretty topsy-turvy. Like, you get quite a few teams come the end of the season, like, challenging for playoffs. In your last 5 or 10 games or so, you get about 10 teams or so, all with a chance of playoffs. You get similar teams up and around there, but sometimes you have teams challenging that you wouldn't expect, like Harrogate or, well, I guess Newport or Forest Green. First time they were challenging. Like I said at the start of the video, both of them have been knocking on the door for quite a while, but neither securing promotion. So we move into game 28 on the 22nd of January with a 1-2, 1-0, 1-1, 2-0, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 1-2, 1-0, 1-2, 1-1 and 1-0 to Swindon against Bristol Rovers. So Bristol Rovers finally halted in their tracks as they drop to just 5 points ahead of Bradford. Rochdale down to 3rd after their defeat at home to Bradford, and Exeter's 1-1 draw away to Swindon, to Walsall, is enough to keep them in 4th. Only behind Rochdale, on goal difference, only a point behind 2nd place Bradford. Sutton dropping back into relegation, and Port Vale's 0-0 draw away to Leyton Orient means they remain bottom. As we move into game 29 on the 29th of January, and we start with a 3-1 home victory, and 1-1, 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 1-2, 3-0, 1-1, 1-0 and 2-2. Which means Newport, despite losing, are still in 7th, Forest Green in 8th. There's now a 6-point gap between 8th and 9th as well, but between 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th there is only a point in it. So a couple of those teams could get themselves back in with a fighting chance of playoffs. Bristol Rovers remain top, but are now only 6 points ahead of 4th place. Could potentially still drop out. All 4 of your relegated teams at this point are top 6. You only need top 7 for playoffs. Sutton down to bottom as Port Vale win 1-0 home to Scunthorpe to move up to 23rd. As we move into February on the 5th, for game 30, we have a 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-1, 1-0, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-1, 1-2, 1-0 and 0-0. which is Bradford and Rochdale just 3 points, and Exeter, sorry, just 3 points behind leaders Bristol Rovers. Swindon on 52, despite a 0-0 draw at home to Exeter, remaining 5th. Northampton and Newport 6th and 7th. Forest Green still 8th. Port Vale are now bottom of the league. Sutton winning 1-0 at home to Bristol Rovers, lift themselves off the bottom of the league in a 2-0 victory at home for Crawley, lifts them to 30 points. Into game 31. Tuesday night again. A 1-1, 1-0, 2-2, 2-5, 2-0. Ooh, not 20-0. Oof. A 2-0. 0-0. 1-2. 1-0. 1-1. 3-0. 2-1 and 1-1. So Port Vale and Sutton still bottom 2, both joint on 29 points. Another point for Bristol Rovers, meaning they're having a bit of a rocky time at the minute, but they do remain top of the league, only a point ahead of Rochdale and Exeter, and only 3 points ahead of 4th place Bradford. Into game 32 on the 12th of February. Back on the Saturdays, we have a 2-2, 2-1, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 3-0, 1-1, 1-0, 0-0, 2-1, 1-1, and 2-1. Which sees Bradford back into the top 3. Rochdale just behind leaders Bristol Rovers. They've been leaders for a long time now, Bristol Rovers. And joint on points are Sutton, Crawley and Port Vale. All 3 points behind the pack ahead of them. Into game number 33. This is a game that got rearranged between Mansfield and Newport at Newport. But we play away to Mansfield same day apparently, so I don't know what's going on there. Might just be a mix up on the site. Anyway, we have Carlisle versus Swindon to kick us off, and we're going to go 1-0, then 3-2, 2-2, 2-0, 0-1, 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 1-1 and 2-1. So in that fixture we see Bristol Rovers remaining top as Rochdale drop points away to Scunthorpe. Exeter are the only Exeter are the only team out of the top 4 teams to win on this fixture. Port Vale and Sutton outright bottom now. Both joint on goals, but Sutton have a better goal difference, so they remain in 23rd, but both of them facing relegation. As we move into game 34 on the 26th and the final game of February. On the 26th of February we have Barrow versus Harrogate. Is going to be a 1-2, a 2-0, a 2-2, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 1-2, 3-0, 1-2, 2-0, 0-0 and 4-1. We'll see new leaders Rochdale overtake Bristol Rovers, who drop points again with their 11th draw of the season at home to Exeter. Not a bad result all in all, because Exeter are also up there chasing. Bradford winning 2-0 at home to Mansfield pushes them into 3rd position. Scunthorpe, Mansfield downwards. Well, to be fair, Stephen and maybe even Hartlepool downwards are all now in danger of being relegated. Port Vale 3 points adrift to safety after their 2-1 defeat at home to Stevenage. Game 35, first game of March, sees a 1-0 Barrow, 1-1, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 3-0, 0-0, 1-2 and 1-1. Another draw for Rochdale drops them down to 2nd as Bristol Rovers regain the lead in the league. Bradford still in 3rd and Exeter still in 4th, both of them drawing in this fixture. Swindon are only 4 points off the top 3. Harrogate are looking like chasing down the top 7 spots now as well, as Sutton are now bottom of the league after Port Vale win 2-1 away to Colchester. Game 36 on the 12th of March has 1-0, 3-3, 1-0, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-0, 1-1, 4-0, 0-0, 1-2 and 2-0. As we have played 36 fixtures, Sutton still bottom, Port Vale still in relegation with them. Bristol Rovers and Rochdale are still the top two teams. Exeter up to 3rd and Bradford down to 4th. Into game 37, Tuesday night in March on the 15th. 1-1, 1-2, 3-0, 0-1, 1-1, 2-1, 1-2, 0-2, 2-1, 1-1, 1-0 and 0-3. As Harrogate starting to pick up a lot of form and momentum now. They're 10-11 points off of playoffs, but they could still chase it down. It looks like there isn't going to be too many teams competing for playoffs now. 9 points between 8th and 9th still. Sutton and Port Vale both in dire danger of relegation, as the top 3 are very close to each other. Game 38 on the 19th, another Saturday, sees 2-2, 2-0, 0-1, 1-1, 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 1-2, a 3-2 and a 2-0 to Sutton. As Sutton do move off the bottom of the table, as Port Vale's 2-0 defeat away to Bradford drops them back to the bottom of the league. Only a point between 1st, 2nd and 3rd now, as Rochdale are top after 38 fixtures. We move into game 39 on the 26th, final game of March I believe, yeah. We start with a 1-1 draw, then a 1-2, a 2-0, a 0-2, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 3-0, 0-0, 1-0, 2-2 and 2-1, which sees Northampton dropping down to 7th place, now in danger of dropping out of the playoffs as Newport move up to 6th. First time that they've moved out of 7th for a long time now. Port Vale are now 4 points adrift of safety and Sutton are 3 points adrift of safety. Both of them drawing with each other in that fixture 0-0 at Port Vale. Vale Park, because Rochdale on 77, Bristol Roberts 76 and Exeter 76, the top 3 looking to be getting away at the business end of the season. Into game 40 has 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 2-0, 2-2, 2-1, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 3-0, 0-0 and 0-1. Rochdale top of the league, Exeter 2nd and Bristol Rovers in 3rd, but there's a 5-point gap between 3rd and 4th now, and a 5-point gap between 4th and 5th. Port Vale are still 4 points adrift as Sutton down to 2 points. Into game 41 on the 9th has 1-1, 1-0, 0-0, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 3-1, 1-0, 1-0 and 0-0. As Rochdale remain in top, now 11 points clear of 4th place. Bradford, meaning they're only 4 points away from guaranteed promotion. They only really need 4 points, unless teams around them drop points. As Port Vale are bottom of the league, Stevenage is 2nd bottom and Sutton into 3rd bottom in the table. As we move into game 42, Barrow versus Forest Green is going to be 1-1 and a 1-0, a 1-1, 3-1, 1-0, 0-0, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0 and 3-1. As we're around that point in the season again where teams at the bottom start picking up dodgy results against higher teams that you wouldn't expect them to get, but it happens. Some of the upper teams, the teams at the top, start to struggle a little bit, fall apart. 8 points ahead now, Rochdale and Exeter, 8 points ahead of Bradford. Moving to game 43. Carlisle versus Mansfield is going to be a 1-1 draw and 1-0. 1-1, 2-1, 1-0, 1-0, 3-0, 0-0, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1 and 1-1, which will see Rochdale get promoted as they are now 10 points clear of 4th place Swindon. Bristol Rovers now only 3 points ahead, and Exeter could get promoted in the next game. Port Vale are outright bottom on 41 points. Crawley and Sutton just above them on 43. Tranmere struggling at 44. Barrow, Stevenage and Scunthorpe all on 45. Anybody could get relegated at this point as we move into game 44. Barrow versus Sutton on the 23rd is the following... No, it's Good Friday, isn't it? Good Friday and Easter Monday. They're these fixtures, yeah, I believe. Anyway, what would that have been the week before? The week before, sorry, that's Good Friday. That's Easter Monday. This is back to the Saturday. Has 1-1, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 2-0, 2-2, 2-1, 1-0, 1-1, 1-0, 0-0 and 0-2. As Newport are sitting in 8th place and they are 2 points behind Forest Green, who are 7th. 6 points behind Newport is Harrogate, but they are not going to get playoffs. They can't reach playoffs mathematically, as Bradford move within 2 points of 3rd place Bristol Rovers. 6 points behind Exeter, so Exeter still aren't promoted at this point, and Rochdale just need a point realistically to win the league. Port Vale still bottom and Crawley still struggling with them. Into game 45 sees a 1-0 Carlisle, 1-1, 1-0, 0-0, 0-3, 1-0, 1-1, 1-0, 1-2, 2-2, 2-1 and 1-0. As there is a few teams in real danger now. Scunthorpe dropping to 22nd and Port Vale and Sutton all on 45 points. Goal difference separating them three. Barrow, Crawley both just above on 46. On 47 is Tranmere and Stevenage on 48. Any of them 7 teams or so could still get relegated. As we move into the final game, as Rochdale are now only 3 points ahead of Exeter and haven't mathematically won the league, but there is a 17 goal deficit to be overturned by Exeter and I don't see that happening. So I would say Rochdale have definitely won the league at this point. Bristol Rovers still aren't 100% confirmed to be top 3. Swindon and Bradford could still get it as we move into the final game of the season, which will be on the 7th of May, another Saturday. And we're going to go with a 1-0, a 0-0, a 1-0, a 2-1, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 2-0, 0-0, oops, yeah, 0-0, a 1-0, 1-2 and 3-1. Meaning that Port Vale and Scunthorpe will be the relegated teams at the end of the season into non-league. Both on 45 points, with Crawley in 22nd on 46, Tranmere 48, Sutton 48, Barrow 49, Stevenage 51, Oldham 53, Colchester 55, Leyton Orient in 15th on 55, Mansfield 56, Walsall 58, Carlisle 59, Salford 60, Harrogate 61, Hartlepool 64, Newport 66, and then into the playoffs in 7th place will be Forest Green on 69, Northampton 71, Swindon 80, Bradford 80, Bristol Rovers 84, Exeter City 90 and Rochdale AFC on 93. They're your top 3 teams all promoted. 2 got relegated last season. Out of the 4 relegated teams, all 4 of them made top 7. In the playoffs, I'd say Bradford would beat Forest Green over 2 legs and Northampton to beat Swindon. And then I'd put Bradford to beat Northampton in the final. So your promoted teams for me would be Rochdale, Exeter, Bristol Rovers and Bradford City. And your relegated teams are Scunthorpe and Port Vale. I have been Phantom Ints. Thank you for watching. I will catch you all for the National League One. See you soon.